Okay, so what's the real secret to getting amazing at something? Is it some special magic? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on the one thing that actually truly makes all the difference.
I mean, think about it. You know that person who's just incredible at playing guitar, or a sport, or anything really. What's the first thing we all think? Wow, they must have been born with it. Right? Just pure natural talent. But is that the whole story?
So here's the big reveal. The secret isn't what you start with. Nope, it's all about what you build. And the number one tool you use to build greatness, well, that's discipline.
Let's dive into this by looking at it through music. And seriously, forget everything you might think about the word discipline. This isn't about getting in trouble. Think of it more like your own personal training program for becoming awesome.
So what does it actually mean? It's pretty simple, really. It's the act of showing up day after day and really focusing on what you're doing. It's not about being perfect from day one. Nobody is. It's all about patience and getting just a little bit better every single time.
Look, talent is a great head start, for sure. It gets you out of the starting blocks. But discipline? That's the engine. That's the fuel and the focus that actually powers you all the way across the finish line. Talent starts the race, discipline wins it.
Okay, that all sounds great. But how do you do it? How do you build this habit? Well, here's the trick. Huge results don't come from some massive, heroic effort you make one time. They come from the small, simple things you do consistently, day in and day out.
And here is your magic number, 30. That's it. 30 minutes a day. A focused practice for just 30 minutes is totally enough to keep your skills sharp, your mind engaged, and it guarantees you're always moving forward.
So, how do you make those 30 minutes count? Easy. Start with a warm-up, scales, exercises, just to get your fingers and your brain ready to go. Then jump into the new stuff, the challenging part you're trying to learn. And finally, end your session by playing something you already know and love. It keeps things fun and lets you finish feeling great.
And this right here is why that consistency is so important. Trying to cram 3 hours of practice into your Saturday, it just leads to frustration and you burn out. But that short, focused session every day, that's how you build real, lasting skill. It's just smarter.
Here's what's happening in your brain. When you practice consistently, you're literally building pathways that make the movements automatic. It's called muscle memory. Your fingers just know where to go. It's exactly like mastering a special move in a video game until you can pull it off without even thinking.
And while you're training, you need this tool, a metronome. It's basically a little device that gives you a steady beat, a constant click. It's your personal rhythm coach, and practicing with it is absolutely key to developing rock-solid timing.
All right, so we've got the physical part down. But the real challenge, and honestly the biggest reward of discipline, is mastering your own mind. It's about what's going on up here. You know this feeling, right? We've all been there. You hit a total wall. There's one little part of a song that feels completely impossible, and all you want to do is just quit. So what's the disciplined approach? Simple. You don't freak out. You get strategic. First, you zoom in and break that impossible part down into just a few notes. Then you slow it down, way down, until you can play it perfectly. And if you still feel that frustration creeping in, just walk away, take a 5-minute break, reset your brain, and come back fresh.
See, going through that process builds something amazing called perseverance. It's that grit, that ability to push through when it's hard and you want to give up. It is, no joke, a mental superpower.
And that mental toughness is exactly what you need when you're performing. Discipline trains your brain to ignore distractions, to always be thinking a few steps ahead in the music, and, this is a big one, to recover from a mistake so fast that nobody even notices. You just stay calm and keep going.
So let's zoom out for a second. Because the discipline you build learning music, it doesn't just stay in the practice room. It leaks out into every other part of your life. It really becomes a part of who you are. Check out these superpowers you're building. That focus you learn helps you concentrate on homework. That daily practice routine, that teaches you time management. Playing with other musicians teaches you teamwork. And finally, mastering something hard, that gives you real, earned confidence that you take with you everywhere.
This chart makes it super clear. The skill it takes to read complicated sheet music, it's the same skill you use to analyze a difficult poem in English class. Setting up a practice routine is just like making a study schedule. And playing in an orchestra, that's just like working together on a big group project for school. It's all connected.
So, here's the bottom line. When you train in music,
You're really training for life. You are literally building a more organized mind and a spirit that just doesn't know how to quit when things get tough.
In the end, this is the simple, powerful truth you learn deep down. You see that hard work actually leads to real results. And once you truly get that, well, you can apply that lesson to absolutely anything you want to achieve.
So there you have it. The secret is out. It's not about luck. It's not about being born with it. It's about discipline. So now the only question is, what are you going to choose to master?